All right, everybody. Isaac, the new backwoodsman here, coming at you with one of my favorite knives, the Winkler field knife today. Get it out of the sheath there. In for a peek. Turn it around and upside down all around. Here we go. We got a video on this today. Stay tuned. Let's take it over to the table. All right, everybody, here is the Winkler field knife on the tabletop. We've got a black sheath here. It is leather on the outside and a material called Boltron on the inside, which I guess is like Kydex. And it is molded to this particular knife and is suede line on the inside. So really you're looking at a leather sheath. But there is some rigidness Kydex type material on the inside. It is a screwed on belt attachment here. We got a nice heavy duty steel clip. You can clip that onto your belt. Now you clip it onto your belt with the lip that's in there. I don't know if can that really, you can see it down in there. You can't remove it from your belt, just like unclipping it. Like you can't pull up, that keeps it firm and in place. So you're good to go. But if you do want to remove this knife from your sheath, you gotta take off your belt. The belt clip has been updated by Winkler since I got this knife. So if you get one today, this will probably look a little bit different. This particular model has green. It's a very, very dark green micarta scale. Got the Winkler Knives name etched in the top here. Very nice blade shape. 3/16 thick back here. Then of course Winkler's signature distal taper to help with the weight. Pinned in lanyard hole. 5 3/4 inch blade length, flat ground blade, 10 1/4 inches overall. 80 CRV to steel. One thing Winkler doesn't do is list the weight of the blades. So let's test that out here. Can we turn the scale on? Come on, calibrate there. It's coming in at 8.8 ounces. So 8.8, maybe 8.9. We'll see. So not a super heavy knife. I guess not really lightweight either, which makes for a nice hard use knife in my opinion. And I love this file work. I think it's just a nice touch. Unique, cool looking. This type of handle shape, just like a gentle curve, is really a favorite of mine. Just a nice gentle curved handle, fits nice into my palm. You know, similar to, let's say, the Buck 110 folding knife, you know? So, there you are, on the tabletop. Let's go see if this knife can cut anything. First things first, let's see how this knife rides on the belt. There you see it clipped on, and you have the ability to easily pull out that knife, get it ready to use, and put it back in the sheath. No issues. Let's do a normal, everyday type of task, like cutting down a cardboard box to put it in with the recycling. Here's your everyday run-of-the-mill box from Amazon. We cut through their weird paper tape, flatten out the box, get it broken down, and let's see how this cuts cardboard. Right through it. Of course, I cut on those bends there. Break it down nice. Got caught a little bit because this cardboard is super flimsy. And you can see, makes a nice, good, clean cut right through the cardboard, and we just keep cutting just because it's fun. Our next little cutting demonstration here is some 3/8" nylon rope. So let's see. Are we a rope cutting knife? Yeah, of course we are. And put it back towards the hilt. Pull on right through across that nice 5 3/4 inch length edge. Double it up. See if we can cut that. You know, it actually seemed easier cutting the double overlay of the rope. All right, here we're gonna just hack at this downed branch here. It's a good, probably close to 3 inches thick, I would imagine. Now, this Winkler field knife is not a chopping knife by any means, especially if we're, you know, on a loosey-goosey branch that's just laying on the ground. This is just, really, we're just looking at the knife here, doing some cuts and seeing how it looks in action and in someone's hand. But, you know, if you had a baton handy, I'm sure you could use this knife with no problem building a survival shelter or some type of camp project or bushcrafting galore. So here we're just at a pine tree. We can just show some delimbing and really light chopping, you know, maybe 1 inch thick branches there. I mean, that went through that super easy. Here's a little more, just delimbing. This is a live tree. I don't really want to chop too much off, but here's some weird vine that we cut off here. Really, edge goes right through that. I've got this sharpened up at a 20-degree angle on my Work Sharp guided sharpener. That works real nice for this knife. 20-degree edge is good for edge holding ability. You know, it's not too thin and then also not too thick. So you can still do some slicing and dicing, but not have to worry about a really thin edge at something like a 15-degree angle, like a nice hollow ground hunting knife or something like that. So here we took one of our branches that we had from earlier, and we're just, you know, slicing, carving, doing knife type stuff. So, the bottom of this stick looks pretty nice for making one of my world famous tactical sticks. Or in the old days, they would call it a spear. So we're taking this and we just kind of chop at it a little bit to get it going initially. Then once we get it down to sort of a point, we'll start the carving, doing a little more finesse type work. Now, this wood was a little bit soft towards the tip, so definitely had to remove some of that kind of rotted out material. I mean, this was just a branch off the ground, but it's likely from a oak or beech tree. That was what was nearby in the vicinity of where we grabbed the stick. Here, we'll try to get you in for a little bit of a better view of my crotch. I mean, the knife. So here we are, just carving away. And the way this knife is designed, you really can get close to the edge with your hand. There's no guard or anything, just the curve and the end of the ricasso there to keep you from slipping up. So the edge is real close to where your fingers are. So really no issues with doing some finer detailed carving with this blade at all. This knife is fantastic. There we are. Paused for a minute. Probably talking to my kid because he is my partner in my adventures. Now we're getting to a nice pointy tip there, getting off some softer pieces so that we can have a nice hard pointy tipped spear. You can hop out of the tree and pounce on a wild hog with this and have a nice pig roast. But yeah, we're getting there. Winkler field knife does it in right. This would make a fantastic multi-purpose knife for anybody. I think it's a fantastic size at 5 3/4 lengths. Maybe just a hair too big for an EDC blade if you want to carry this knife everywhere. If you want a Winkler, maybe have to downsize a little bit to their ever popular belt knife with it, which is like a 4.5 to 4 3/4 inch blade. But this is nice to take out in the woods, carve spears with, survive with, go to war with, whatever you want. Now let's get some of these nubbins off. Let's just see how this knife works a little more. That one's a little bit out of frame, but oh well. There we go, our crooked spear. Ah! And of course it didn't stick in the ground. Alright, let's see how the knife does at carving up a little fatwood stick. The Lord's favorite fire starter. 'Cause he made it, right? So, as expected, there's a little knot in that piece of fat wood. This thing shaves it up real good. It's the Winkler field knife, man. For what you pay, you better be able to shave some fat wood. Am I right? Right. So we'll keep on shaving it up there, and then we'll see if maybe a ferro rod can ignite with the spine of the Winkler field knife. All right, let's try it out. You can get some sparks there. Now, my ferro rod skills, I guess, are not the greatest. I need to practice more, as sometimes I even have trouble getting sparks with the striker that comes with the ferro rod. But the spine is showering a little bit of sparks off there. It's probably not the greatest knife in the world, and I don't think it was designed with striking a ferro rod in mind. We'll give it a few more shots here just so y'all can see. You know, there are some good sparks flying off there. But we'll move on along and use the small little striker that comes with the bayite ferro rod. Actually, it doesn't come with it. You have to buy it separate. Ha! And here's a nice little old fire for the result. Alright guys, in conclusion, does the Winkler field knife come with the Isaac the New Backwoodsman recommendation? You bet, guys. I mean, this is a great size knife for really a multitude of tasks. I mean, if you want smaller, then that's your preference. I like this size for outdoor use. Can you go a little smaller? Of course you can. You know, they do have, Winkler does have a knife that's really the same shape. That's a little smaller. I think it's called the Highland Hunter, is what they call it. This real same type of blade shape with the flat top. Then their popular belt knife, I believe I mentioned earlier in the video, it's like a 4.5, 4 3/4 maybe inch blade. It's a different shape, and it's got more of a swedged spine. So take your pick, man. You're getting great quality with Winkler. ADCR V2 is a tough steel. It's like a tool steel almost. Definitely high carbon steel that will rust. They have what is called a blank Caswell finish on it. I have no idea what Caswell is. I don't think it's super like rust imperative like a Cerakote is. But do have like a coat of, I did have a coat of Blade Guard on this, the Eagle Tears stuff, or use whatever oil you want. I just happen to have that from recommendation of Choir Boys Cutlery, and maybe some others as well. But the handle is thin, but it works. It works, guys. It's not super thick like something like the Buck 119. Here we'll show that as a comparison. Now you got this big bulbous handle that, I mean, it really fills out the hand in the Buck 119. Then more thin, it's more suited for carry. It rides in close against your your hip, your waist, you know, wherever you have this knife. So check it out. You can even get this on Amazon. There's one on there from some seller. It might be Wiseman Trading Company that has a maple handle. I think there might be one in a like a tan natural colored micarta as well on Amazon. You can order these direct from Winkler. They're the same price everywhere. You order it direct from Winkler. It's going to take a few months for you to get it because they're very busy. Or look up the dealers. Ridge Runner Blades. It's a huge Winkler dealer. You can order from them. DLT Trading. Knife Center. Think Blade HQ. Not Smoky Mountain Knife Works though. If it cuts, they carry it, but they don't carry Winkler. Smoky Mountain, you liars. Just kidding, but sort of. So anyway, guys, Winkler Field Knife, look it up, check it out. If you're looking to spend some of your hard-earned money, it's a good way to do it. Take it easy, my friends. Until next video.